Oh God. Oh, is this crooked? Child, the things you notice. Oh well. Hey Star Fam. How are you guys doing? Oh, child, let me fix my light. But your eyes on me. Eyes on me. This is what I need. This is what I need. If you can tell by now, I'm on the West Coast. I'm at my LA crib for a minute and I don't have my lighting, so forgive me. I'm gonna do what I can, but hey, how are we doing, Star Fam? How are we doing? How are you guys? What's up, Adriana? Hey, Anissa. Hey, Amanda. This is a good season so far. I really like the first episode. So we're doing good. We're going to get into all of them. We're going to get into all of them. What's up, Irene? How are you doing? I don't have. I'm thinking, I'm like, I sent all my lighting to Atlanta and now I look very pale. For me. Oh, wait, did I turn my music off? I can still hear my music in the background. I thought I turned it up. I didn't. There we go. There we go. I'm trying to do a little something. Thank you so, Steph. The goal is because I told you guys when I went to the hair salon, they cut off about an inch. So the goal is when I get my braids, I want to at least see if I can keep them for 2 months. I think I did close to that last time. I want to see if I can keep them for 2 months. And the goal is to get the inch and a half, the inch that I lost and gain like a half inch. So we will see. We will see because I want it to be like right here. I feel like if it gets right here, I can handle anything longer than that. I don't want, but like right here, I feel like I could do it. Like, yeah, I feel like that I can do. What's up, Sly Cat? Hey, Kamisha. Wow, Buckethead. Countdown to the new channel. Kimberly, you are on it. Kimberly, you are on it. It's happening. Do I have all my lights on? You know, I think I'm going to find another location because I just am very gray. I don't like it. Get my V-neck on. I hate that I cannot see what I really look like until I get on there because I would have took a minute. What's up, the domestic gordita? Hi. Hey, I think it's Unique 45. What's up? How are you doing? It's Unique 45. Did you change your name? Because I am recognizing that profile. Hey, Miss Gigi. Thank you so much. We had a good time on Easter because this is our first Easter that we went out. We normally have Easter at home. That's always been like a home holiday for us. We go to church in the morning, and then after that, we have a big feast with family and friends. But COVID changed all of that. But we ended up having a really good time. I was kind of concerned because I'm like, we've never done this before. We've never done this. But it was actually nice to not have the responsibility of cooking on Easter. I will say that I'm never giving up cooking on Christmas, but Easter, I retired Thanksgiving last year. You guys know I had a terrible Thanksgiving cooking. I was overwhelmed. I had multiple breakdowns just because my guest list kept on changing. And then we got somebody at the last minute, and we didn't find out until the last minute that the person was like vaxxed, and it was just, oh God, it was a nightmare. So I had a great Thanksgiving, but cooking up to that, I did not enjoy. Christmas, I'm fine because the guest list never really changes for Christmas. Like, nobody's like just showing up for Christmas, but Thanksgiving, you just never know. That guest list is crazy. And I don't want to ever be responsible for something like that again. So I quit Thanksgiving, but I'm keeping Christmas and New Year's. What's up, Tony? So glad you're here. Tony said, hey, Star Fam, Nikki, I know you're happy to be bug-free. Listen, I love Atlanta. I have a great time in Atlanta. Atlanta is my peace, right? LA is work. I will say it's good to be back. It's good to be back, and I'm actually extending my time. Until the lawn doctor. Like I think I have 2 more visits from the lawn doctor. until I go back to Atlanta. And we gotta figure out that backyard situation. That backyard stresses me out. Stresses me out. Hey, Deanna. Wait, Deanna, look at me. I'm black. Hey, Diana. Hey, Diana. Me too, Miss Gigi. It's a really good first season. It's a really good first season. What's up, Sophia? Let them know, Tony. Tony said, smash that like button. Spitzy said, Nikki, you look beautiful, but let's drag the black fishing queen. Also, what do you think of Jabri, especially him dating a black fishing woman? I will say this before we actually get into the review. From what we've seen of Jabri, I'm not surprised that that is who he chose to be with. I'm not surprised at all. Hey, Desiree. Hey, Miss Amanda. Hey, Janae. How are you? Irene said, Nikki, the website that I found where I usually watch 90 Day Fiance upload. I'm going to be a part of the replay gang going to watch now. I might need that because this week and next week is going to be very busy for me. Also, thank you guys for adjusting to the change. Not because I got in late Saturday, woke up like hella late for Easter, went to Easter, came back, fell asleep. I was supposed to do my 90 Day Fiance live yesterday, but I forgot that it was tax day. Okay. So mother was stressed, but everything is good now. Everything is good now. Oh my gosh, where are you from, Ajoa? Said I've decided to travel every Thanksgiving. Where are you from? The worst travel I've ever had was on Thanksgiving. I will travel on Christmas before I travel on Thanksgiving. Like I will take Christmas holiday travel before Thanksgiving. The worst experience of my life. I ended up spending 2 nights and 1 day and 2 nights at the airport. Never again. No, wait, 2 days and 2 nights. 2 days and 2 nights. Had to sleep at the airport. Never again. Never again. Adriana said, this is the first season that I'm watching in a long time. I've only watched the other way around. Oh, really? Well, you're in for a treat. You were in for a treat. Speaking of a treat, if you're interested in The Ultimatum, I finally watched it. Ciao. Right after this live, I want to hop into that. Let me just find my 90 Day Fiance. I got my notes. Everything's here. This was a good episode. This was a good first episode. Good first episode. Tony said, and we're going to end here before I hop into the live. Tony said, this is one season I want to watch spoiler free. Just watch it in its purest form and me believing their nonsense. Same. That's how I'm going to approach it. That's exactly how I'm going to approach it. Like, this is what we're doing. Let's just go with it. Let's just go with it. You know, I only do one episode. Like I don't binge because when I binge, my reviews feel so jumbled because I know so much already. So I just binge. So yes, tomorrow will be episode 2. Then we'll get into all the episodes daily, but I've only watched one. Same. Now let's hop into the review of 90 Day Fiance. Let's start off with the first couple for me that I feel like is going. I'm concerned about this couple. I think that they have something good, but I feel like there's something good started off through sex. Now, I'm not saying that if your relationship just started off through sex, that it can't be a good and healthy relationship. But I just feel like Kobe and Emily, Kobe is 34, Emily is 29. I just feel like from what I've seen, I don't have the app. I don't have the next episode. I did not watch ahead. I'm at the same place that you guys are. From what I've seen, I feel like Kobe and Emily's relationship is based off of sex, right? Because from what I've heard from Emily, right? She said the first day that they met, they had really, really hot sex. Then she went into how she's attracted to Black men. I will say she doesn't give me Ella, right? Because she was like, I like Black guys. So when I saw Kobe, it was on. That gave me pause, but it didn't give me Ella. I think she's smart enough not to say stuff that Ella was saying about Johnny. We will see. But like everything that she mentioned about Kobe was about him physically, right? And how hot the sex was. I don't think they know each other outside of that. So seeing these two in America with a child and responsibilities, with a father who was expecting for Kobe to step up and be like the man of the house in a matter of months, I don't know how happy this is going to be. I don't know. That's just my overall thoughts from what I've seen. Emily, it's cute and fun. She's cute and fun. She loves, black guys. But she doesn't give me Ella. She does not give me Ella. But she's a cool, fun woman who, got pregnant on one of her Eat, Pray, Love trips. This is what I keep on telling you, ladies. If you're going to Eat, Pray, Love, right? Child, I live on one of the busiest streets in the valley. I can't believe we chose this one. Like, I love our new apartment, but I'm like, it's loud. Anyway, I always tell you, ladies, if you're going to have a whole season, right? If you're going to have a whole trip, if you're going to have an Eat, Pray, Love trip or Eat, Pray, Love season, condom up and take birth control. I was. Because I'm anti-birth control, because I don't feel like messing up my reproductive system. So why would I recommend that to somebody else? No. You pull out condoms, do what you have to do. Diaphragm, I don't know if that's uncomfortable or if it messes up the experience. I don't know. But I just don't feel like it's very wise for any person, right? Especially a woman, to be traveling throughout the globe having unprotected sex, especially with a man that you can't bring home. And I'm not saying like she can't bring home because he's black. I'm saying you cannot bring to the United States. You know what I mean? Right away. She ended up having her child. She ended up getting pregnant and having her child by herself. I just feel like if he can't leave with you that day that you decide to make it back to the United States, maybe don't let him shoot up the club. Right? It's so many women on the show who are like, on these fun little trips and having unprotected sex with, we got to be real, strangers. You don't really know these men, right? I'm not down in one night stands or anything like that. I'm just saying, just have some kind of protection, because I feel like with Emily and Kobe, they are trying to make something work because they have a child. Recipe for disaster. But I like Emily. She's fun. She's quirky. I think she's going to be the comedy of this season. She has a very fine man. Good for her, because Kobe is cute. Kobe, Mr. Underwear Model. Okay, that's a nice body. That is something nice to get up under. You go ahead, Emily. Emily's mother. I don't want to make an assumption, right? Because it's just so broad, and I'm just not going to do it. I will say, from the reality TV shows that I have watched, right, especially the ones where people are marrying and dating, I've noticed that the white mothers are very critical of their daughters on camera, right? Like Emily's mom, when like Emily is in this scene with her mom and she's brushing her horse and she's telling her about how, Colby is finally coming out here and they're going to be a family or whatever. And her mom says, well, I hope it works out, because you don't have great luck with men. You always choose the wrong guys. Even if that's how you feel, right? Even if that's the conversation that you had, why did you pick this opportunity to say it on camera to your child? What is up with this, this cutting your daughter down? And I'm not saying that this is white moms all around. I'm saying I've seen a pattern specifically in white mothers of reality TV shows that I have watched throughout the years, right? There is this thing where the moms are like very critical of their daughters in a way where it's not like fun roasting, it's they're cutting down their daughters. Very different relationship with their sons, but there's like a cut down of their child. And Emily couldn't say anything, right? Because at the end of the day, she doesn't want to cause any friction with her parents, who are basically supporting her and her child, and will be supporting her child, and her husband. So she's not trying to like rock the boat, but you can see that she was like taken aback by that and a bit embarrassed. But her mother just rolled off her tongue to say that to her child. And I'm like, again, if you're thinking that, if you've had this conversation, why choose this moment on camera? to say that to your daughter. It was so just mean. It was mean and unnecessary. I just did not think that that is something that she should have said in front of us to her daughter. Just my opinion. Um right after this, right? And I get her mother said that she doesn't have a good track record in men, right? Because right after this, in Emily's confessional, she says, "Well, my both of my exes are incarcerated." Now, let's dive into that, right? Because if Emily is attracted to black, and she said, "I like black guys," right? So if that's all that she has dated, right? If the black men, if you know, she's only dated black men, right? And if she has an attraction to dark skinned black men who look like Kobe, right? Dark skinned black men with their ancestral features. I have a question for that, right? Because her mother says that she doesn't have a good track record, and Emily lets us know that her men are incarcerated. I have a question: are they innocent? Right? Are they innocent, or are the black men that you are choosing, are they dark skinned? Do they have their ancestral features? And do they come from an over police community? Right? Because they're a part of an over police people. Now, do they also come from an over police community? Because the exes could very well be innocent, but they could just be dark and have their ancestral features. And we all know that black people our communities are over policed. We are unfairly jailed. The sentences are brutal and extensive. So what I have a question about that, because is she, choosing men who are from over police communities, who look a certain way, who are going to have that be a part of their reality because we live in America? And let's be real, racism, right? So is that the case? Or is Emily a ride or die, right? Is she somebody that likes that kind of thing? I'm not, judging. We've all had thug passion when we were teenagers, right? We all like a little bad boy, right? We all thought a drug dealer in the community was cute for a moment, but we were kids, right? Our frontal lobe wasn't developed. Emily is what, 31? No, wait, what is Emily? She's 31. She's 29. The brain is fully developed, right? So what is the answer there for that? Because I can't make a clear distinction on that. Because on one hand, it's like, well, this is the life you chose. Black women try to tell y'all don't like to listen to us, but this is what it's like, right? This is something that you're going to have to take on, the burden that you're going to have to bear when you have a black partner, especially black partners that look and favor Kobe. That's something that you're going to have to deal with, right? You're going to be freaking out every time he leaves the house because you don't know if he's coming back, because that's the life he lives. Or you're a ride or die. Are you choosing criminals? Do you get off on a brother that walks around with a gat? Do you like cutting up his coke? Like, what is it? What is it? Because I don't want it to be that I don't have a good track record with men, and the men that I choose that are black, and like that's mama's assumption. I really want to know well, let's talk about the exes since you brought it up. Because we didn't know that. We didn't know that your exes were incarcerated. It's really weird and odd that a woman of a particular age would be dating men who are constantly incarcerated, unless you are a love at the lockup kind of woman. Then that makes sense. But you don't give me that you come from that kind of community where you would think that this is just something that happens to you. So I want to know, do you have thug passion, or are you choosing very dark men? Either way, we got to get some clarity, because why did you and your mother bring it up? Don't leave us out there. What's going on? Because that's a concern. I'm concerned for Kobe and your baby. If this is something that if these are the kind of men that you're constantly going after, because it's just very odd. We got to be real that a woman or anybody would have several partners who have been incarcerated. What kind of life you leading? What kind of life you leading? Or what kind of men are you choosing? And you're unaware of the life that they live because of what they look like or because of what they do. And it can be both. What is it, Emily? Let's break that down. Um, that aside, aside from Emily's possible thug passion, she's a good mom. And the reason why I say that she's a good mom is because when she was FaceTiming Kobe, her son went nuts. He was just screams of joy, right? Laughing and just giggling and just screaming at the top of his lungs, data, 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 right? Now, Kobe is absolutely a part of that, right? But this episode, you can absolutely see the effort that Emily was making to make sure that her son knows who her father is, has a relationship with him, especially since they had never met. Good mom, from what I have seen. From what I have seen, she's a good mom. She seems to be very interactive with her child. Her child seems to really get along with her family, and her child is not going to be weirded out by this, big black man. And he's a big black man, Emily. Girl, you go, in his home, right? Because that's data. So it's not like a foreign face or anything. That's data. Good job, Emily. Good job on that. A mother. I will say in the trailer, although I'm kind of shaky on Colby and Emily, I will say when in the trailer, when Emily pulled up to their home, Colby started bawling, right? Because he was about to meet his son. That was a sweet moment. So I feel like this couple's going to have sweet moments, but I just don't know where their relationship is going to be when they are spending time together, living as a married couple and not just like two young people banging like rabbits in China. I want to see how the relationship is going to change when responsibilities and pressure are applied to the relationship. Let's move on to what's my next couple? No, I'm not going to get into them. I thought I had them here. Did I not upload that couple? Hold on, I have their picture. What the hell happened? Hold on. I so have their picture. Let me go to my 90 Day Fiance folder because did I just not load it? Oh, I didn't. I didn't load it. Hold on one second. Hold on. I can't believe I ain't do that. Nikki, do better. Do better. Talk amongst yourselves. Rhode Island is either a road or an island. Discuss. Here we go. Sorry about that. Oh, my hair is already lifting. God. I love natural hair, but a straight style will not last, even if it's a little wavy. Let's get into Kara and Guillermo. Kara is 29. Guillermo is 23. This couple is very cute, very adorable. I do believe them. I think they are the real thing. But Guillermo is fine, and he is 23 years old, right? Not only is he fine, Guillermo is globally fine, right? So there's just not going to be one kind of woman looking at him. Okay? Everybody's looking at this man. Gorgeous guy. I don't know if he's going to go on a modeling or something, but he has a face for, magazines. He has a face for TV. So if that's something that he's interested in doing, baby, get into it because you have the look. Not only is he fine, right? He's also 23. Kara is 29. She's ready to settle down and have a family. And I'm like, here we go. Another huge age gap where the woman is a lot older than the guy and where the woman is going to be expecting certain things from the man, ignoring the fact that he is 23 years old. Nothing wrong with him being 23. But Kara's in a different place in her life, right? She was talking earlier in the episode when we were introduced to her. She was talking about how she did all this when she was 23. She traveled the world. She had a good time. She did several careers. And then she says, but that was when I was younger. Why the hell are you getting with somebody who's 23, right? Because when you talk about your life and saying, that was when I was younger, you're letting us know that you're done with those years. And now you're ready to settle down and move on in a more mature life. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. But why would you get with somebody who's 23? Because that's going to be a problem because you and him are in different spaces in your life, and that's okay. Now, Guillermo may act very mature, but he's still 23, right? He's still 23, and let's be real, he's a little he a little protester. I was gonna say rebel, but I ain't gonna put that on him. But he is somebody who is very who was very active in protesting his government to the point where he got shot at. When Guillermo was telling his story, he was like, back in my home country, I got really upset because I saw kids eating out of trash cans. And I went to a protest. It got really crazy and the police started shooting. And that's when I realized I need to move somewhere else and start a new life because this protesting ain't for me. I was like, if Guillermo ain't me, listen, I've had my fair share of protests. Looking the way I look, I know I'm getting shot. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to protest with my coins. That's what I'm going to do. So that kind of concerns me with Guillermo, right? Not only his age, right? Not only the fact that he is going to be coming here to America as an immigrant with a woman who is ready not only to be a wife, but a mom and ready to be in a certain place in her life. I feel like that's already going to cause friction in the relationship, the age gap and provision. Because all the American women, the American men as well, but it's the American women that are starting to do it a lot more in a way that is very embarrassing to me as a woman. The American women are expecting these men to come over to the U.S. with, barely got a social security number, right? They don't have anything. They're coming here specifically for you. And for some reason, these women act like they're not going to be the ones responsible for them for at least a decade. They act like these men are going to come here right away, get these great CEO jobs, and just be able to take care of them. And they're expecting to stop working, raise a family, and have this immigrant come here. This normally an immigrant from a destitute part of his nation. You're expecting him to come here and give you a better life, a life that he wasn't even able to provide for himself, a life you weren't able to even provide for you in America. So what are you expecting? So that is the thing that is concerning me. That's the second thing that's concerning me about him, his age and the fact that Kara is going to be asking for a lot of provision and, for him to mature in a certain way. But another thing is the fact that he was in a little something in his homeland. And I don't know, all I know is how America treats protesters here. They don't like it. So I don't know if he's going to get flagged, or if they're going to deny him because they see that he a little, he protests the government from where he's from. What are they going to be expecting when he gets here? So I don't know if that's going to be a problem with him. I didn't see it in the trailer, but when he brought it up, I'm like, why would you say that if we were not going to follow something within that story? Why was that brought up, right? So I don't know if that's going to be an issue for him getting to the U.S. For now, it's just a passport issue. I'm an American. I ain't never traveled with an expired passport, so I ain't traveled out the country or back to the country with an expired passport. So I don't know how it's going to work for Guillermo. Hopefully the show can pull some strings like they always do for their talent and make sure he gets on in here because, baby, Kara, where are you going to be moving him to? I'm going to just say this, girl, if he ends up working like a retail job or in food service, keep that man away from Walmart, Target, and Wendy's. Baby, he's 23, or he going to have a good time at Wendy's. Anyway, I think this couple is the real deal. I like them. I don't see many problems aside from the problems that I just mentioned. So we will see. We will see. Kara and Guillermo, I wish you all the best. He gonna run through that Wendy's. He gonna run through that Wendy's. Let's move on to Shida. I knew I would get it. This is the thing, right? As a Black American, I see names differently. Not that I don't know how to pronounce names. It's the spelling, because a spelling of a certain pronunciation is normal to me or pronunciation of a spelling is normal to me, I immediately say it like that, because this whole time, like before I even got on here, I was like practicing how to say it, because I see Shida's name, and I see Shida, right? I'm like, oh, that's Shida. But it's Shida. Okay, Shida. I got it. Shida and Bilal. Shida is 37. Bilal is 42. I know that Bilal is going to disappoint me later this season, but for right now, I really liked him in this first episode. I mean, he seems very cool. He's Bugetto, aren't we all? He has OCD. He's very OCD, aren't we all? He's very good friends with his ex, who is also the mother of his children. I think that's a good sign. It doesn't give me a red flag, right? You would want, especially if you're coming into a relationship where there's children, it, like for me as a woman, it would be a plus if he's really cool with his ex, who was his ex-wife, who's now moved on into the marriage and is happy or whatever. That to me would be a good sign, because I don't want to go into a relationship where there's children and you're constantly telling me that this woman is crazy. Because as a woman, I'm gonna be looking at you sideways like, really? Is she crazy, or did you get her to that point? That's what I'm always going to be thinking. But he has a very good relationship with his ex. We meet her in the beginning. She's not a nasty or mean person. She's asking really important questions about Shida. She wants to know, who this woman is, because she is going to be around her children. I didn't think that anything that she said was rude or nasty. Everything made sense to me. So far, I'm liking what I'm seeing. Concerning Bilal, he does not seem like a bad guy. From the trailer, I was just like, I am not going to like this guy. But so far, episode 1, I like him. I really do like him. Everything is good so far. We've all seen the trailer. Ciao. Everything is good so far. He has a cautious but fair ex-wife who, said that they're even better friends now than they were ever when they were married. Plus, right? They're when we meet them too, they're discussing drop off and pick up. He's actually helping her look at a home that he is selling as a realtor. It's a nice home that his children are going to be in. They have a very great relationship, and they have a very great conversation about Shida. I like him. This couple is going to have differences, right? The first difference that we hear about is the fact that Bilal is done having children. He doesn't know if he wants to have any more children, because his oldest is 16, and I think he has another one that's like, I think the youngest is like 6 or something. And he feels like he's done, right? He feels like he's just not going to be doing this again. But Shida is 37 and she has no children, and that is something that she wants. And when we see this couple, when we finally see them conversing, they're having a conversation about children. Red flag for the both of them. Red flag for the both of them, because 9 times out of 10, the person who doesn't want kids is not going to change their mind. Is not going to change their mind. And then they end the conversation with, let's revisit it. Y'all keep on revisiting it, and it comes to the same conclusion. Bilal doesn't want children. And I'm just like, Shida, why are you still coming here, entertaining this man, planning on living and marrying him, if you know that's something that you want, he does not want? It's not smart. It's not smart, Shida. You're 37. At your big age, you should know this. It's just not a smart thing to do. I still, at this point of watching, have not seen a red flag. I will say, I said red flag for the both of them, but I think this is more of a red flag for Shida, since she is the one that wants children, and she's still trying to compromise in a soon-to-be marriage with a man who is telling her he doesn't want them. Not smart. Not smart, especially as a mother. Why would you procreate with a man who was telling you that he doesn't want this child? You're going to feel it when the child gets here, and that child is going to feel it, and that's going to hurt you more. Don't do it, sis. I finally found a red flag in Bilal this episode. His sister, who was very suspicious of Shida because she's 37 and she's not married and has children. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with a woman being married or having children early in their life. Y'all know, for me, I always say, my advice to anybody in their 20s, early 30s, especially 20s, I would say never, never give your 20s to a man or children. That is just my opinion. You can absolutely disagree. That is just my opinion, right? But if that happens, if that's something that you decide to do, God bless you. May the Lord be with you. No issues, right? But to tear down a woman or make her seem suspicious or something's wrong with her because she does not have children or she's never been married by the age of 37 is absolutely disgusting to me. I was not a fan of Bilal's sister. Not because that's my reality. I don't give a damn what nobody think of me. I know I'm amazing, right? But the way she was speaking of Shida as if something is wrong with her. And I'm like, how can you say that as a woman, straight woman, knowing what we are eventually going to have to put up with men, right? Why wouldn't you, as another woman, tell every and any woman around you to prolong her misery? Let's be real. Straight women are marrying their oppressors. Period. Period. That is the reality. We can't help who we're attracted to, but the reality is every straight woman who is getting married or who is married to their oppressor, right? Every straight woman who is married, I'm not saying that this is your reality, right? But has to have the thought, right? Or has to be prepared to be less than in her relationship. Even if you and him talk about being partners or equal or whatever, let me tell you, this is society. They will always count you second and less than. Why would you want any woman to rush into that? Why wouldn't you tell every woman to prolong the misery, right? Why would you want a woman to just rush into that situation because of her age? Why? Is it because you're in that situation and you're miserable and misery loves company? Is it because you just want another woman to feel your pain? So you're actually a hater because you're jealous. You're jealous that she had that much time to herself. You're jealous that she had that much time to herself when you gave it all away so very young. And again, I'm not saying that this is for every woman. I'm talking to Bilal's sister. You disgust me. I did not like how she was making Shida seem like the problem when your brother is right there. When your brother is right there. How is Shida the problem? The woman you've never even met. But you just based off of assumptions because of her age that she is the problem. You want her to rush into a situation where she has to constantly remind her man to wash his penis and his balls so he won't give her a UTI again? You want her to rush to that? Sad. Sad. That was the first red flag I've seen for Bilal. That sister, she is a problem. She also gives me my brother, my king, there, he can do no wrong, right? That's another situation that I would never want a woman to be in. Please, even if he's great, even if he's great, girl, you're gonna go through it with them sisters. You're gonna go through it with the sister and the mother, especially if they treat him like he's so precious that he can do no wrong. You want a family who loves their family member so much they will check them. You don't want to marry into a family who loves that person so much they will never check them. They will never see any wrong, and they will always make you the problem. I'm not saying that's all of Bilal's family. I'm saying Bilal's sister is going to be a problem, is going to be a roadblock to any progression that Shida is going to have in her relationship or marriage, if it comes to that, with Bilal, because she already sees Shida as a problem and her brother as this blessed angel who has done no wrong. Red flag. Red flag. Also, I will say this, right? The whole money conversation also made me very uncomfortable with Bilal's sister and also Bilal. That's the second red flag I saw of him. He is in this beat up van, planning on picking up Shida and planning on taking her to this like dilapidated, abandoned home to see if she's really with him, for him, or the money. Let me just say this: ain't no woman with a man for no money, right? Like, if a woman is choosing this kind of life, if a woman is choosing, a straight woman is choosing to be in a relationship with her oppressor, let me tell you something. There's a lot of other things that she could have said no to you about. Money is not a deciding factor for a lot of women, which is why a lot of women are in such terrible situations. However, for a lot of women, love is love. Love is love. And that is a deciding factor of a lot of things that we do in our relationships with men, right? Which is why we, let a lot of things slide, which is why we take on a lot of things, which is why we're silent on a lot of stuff, which is why, hello, DJ Envy's wife, which is why a lot of women fake orgasms, right? A lot of women are in marriages or relationships where there is no kind of orgasm, but the man is always pleased, right? Because love will make you do some crazy things. Shout out to Will Smith, right? And so, like, money is not really a deciding factor for a lot of women, unfortunately. However, when you're in a situation like this, a 90-day fiance situation, when you are pursuing someone from another country who will be dependent on you for a decade, if not more, who will not be able to work or provide for themselves in America, who is leaving everything, who is leaving their family, who is leaving their security, who is leaving their peace, who is leaving their ways of making money. When you are marrying somebody like that, when you are bringing somebody to where you are for marriage, money is absolutely important. So to act like Shida is some kind of gold digger is absolutely ridiculous. Why would she be with a man who cannot provide for her in a foreign land to her when she can provide for herself in her own homeland? That does not make any sense. Yes, she likes you or whatever, and she wants to have a family with you. She, of course, there's something more there than money that's important to her. It's you. But the one thing that makes Bilal a good candidate to Shida and her family is provision. Because why would her family, who obviously love her, allow her to go somewhere where they cannot get to right away and be with somebody who cannot care for her? Why would she do that? And now all of a sudden she's this bad person. She's this gold digger or she could possibly be this gold digger. So now you're putting her through these tests. You don't even have a lot of gold to dig. Because everything that we've seen of you have been rental properties. We don't really know if that car that you're driving is leased or a rental. We don't really know. So maybe she should test you as well. Like, why is he acting like he's surprised? From his sister, I can see that has been his reality for a very long time. And that is absolutely concerning to me for Shida. And I'm very disappointed in this show yet again, because I feel like we're going to see a Black woman be put through hell by a Black man. If it ain't the non-Black men putting the Black woman through hell, it's the Black men putting the Black woman through hell. It's like, can we get a healthy, happy relationship where there is a Black woman on this show? Please. Please. I'm begging you. Oh my God. Let's dive into colorism because, it's me. You see, this is what I say. Women, period. You see, at least from the trailer and at least from episode 1, how Bilal is treating this woman who's light. You see what I'm saying? You're not special. A man will treat you the same. Now, he will cap your head up and tell you that you're better. But that's all to control you, right? That's all to lure you in, to make you feel special, right? And that's to see what kind of woman you actually are. Because if you're going to eat that up and feel like you're on some pedestal over other women, he know he got you because you're on an island on your own, right? Because if that is something that gets you, then you don't have healthy relationships with women. So you are already out of the sisterhood because you're eating up these lies, color, whatever it is, right? Colorism, class, whatever it is, you're eating these lies up from this man because he's making you feel like you're better than other women. So there's no way that you have healthy female relationships, right? So he knows that he has you. He knows that he has you under his control so he can treat you like that. And nobody will come to your defense because you have no sisterhood. Because look at this woman, light skin, light eyes, slim, a little foreign because a Black American man like a little foreign thing. You know what I mean? All of that stuff they put this kind of woman on a pedestal for. And look how he's treating her. Baby, run. Run from men like that. But if you run to a man like that, you get what you get. And I'm not saying this about Shida. I'm not saying that that's it. I was just saying, look how this brother is treating this light-skinned woman. Child, wake up. Anyway, let's move on to Miona. Oh, shout out to my non-Black subscribers. Hey, you just got a lesson in my community. Let's move on to Miona and Jabri, who, we got to be honest, are going to be the stars of this season. They're going to be the stars of this season. If you just look at the trailer, if you just look at the advertisement before this show even started, it was all about Miona and Jabri. Miona and Jabri. Lord knows what these two are culturally or, their identity. We have no idea. We have no idea. This ambiguous couple is also delusional because Jabri lives with his family and he's bringing his soon-to-be bride, Miona, to live in, I believe it's South Dakota, with his mother and his stepdad. Miona and Jabri's mother do not have a great relationship, so it's absolutely going to be fireworks, and that is why they're going to be the star of the season. They have a very interesting storyline, right? Miona and Jabri's mother going at it. Jabri's mother, who looks like she don't play that, is going to be a very interesting spatting partner with Miona. So I see them taking over this season. Just by how it was advertised and their storyline alone. It's a meaty storyline, and I think these are these are the stars. The reason why I'm laughing is because I am pro artist, right? I am pro entertainer. I'm a theater kid, so I always support my people within the arts. Jabri, we got to find something else. We got to find something else for you to do. This Serbian space band, baby, you are 28, touching 30, and you're trying to be somebody's husband and father. We got to find something else for you to do. I'm not saying you got to pack up the Serbian space band. I'm just saying you're going to need some serious income. One, to support your BBL Blackfishing wife, and two, to support the kids that are going to come through that relationship. You're going to need to do something else. You're going to need to do something else because when we open up with Jabri, he looks at his producer. He's like, oh, turn it up, dude. I'm going to kill it. Turn it up, dude. I'm going to kill it. And then we, Jesus, Lord, please. I don't want to be rude. Then we hear the vocals. You know what I mean? And listen, I'm not saying that you have to be a good singer, especially today. Everybody auto-tunes, everybody has done a J-Lo, right? Everybody's had, an Ashanti sing over their lyrics so it could sound like something people will want to hear over and over again and it could chart, right? So I'm not saying that he has to, sound like Luther Vandross. I am saying I'm living in a rat race. I'm living in a rat race. Jabri, we gotta find something else. We have to find something else, baby. If your mother ain't tell you, if your stepdaddy ain't tell you, if your Serbian bandmates ain't tell you, I'ma tell you. You gotta find something else. You Why? And let me tell you something. 90 Day Fiance is wrong because y'all did not have to put that in. Y'all did not have to put that in. You knew what you were doing when you put in Jabri's vocals without being touched by the studio. You knew. You knew what you were doing. I will say, I just did not expect that. It was like Fallout Boy on crack. I just didn't expect it. I'm living in a rat lab. Like, what are you doing to your voice? Oh, Lord, baby, we got to find something else. We got to find something else. Oh, who sent it to me? Let me check my Instagram. Let me check my Instagram. I thought I saved it. Olivia, right? Olivia sent me. She sent me Miona's story, and on Miona's story or something, I think it was a story or a picture on her Instagram. She was saying that she is Serbian and Mexican, so she's mixed, right? She's Serbian and Mexican, and I honestly get that, right? So if that's who you are, that is absolutely fine. That is your identity. Even though that is your identity, right? Even though that is your cultural makeup, you are still putting on the look from another culture, right? So let's get into Jabri, identity, Miona, and all of that. When I said earlier that I am not shocked that Jabri is with a woman like Miona, the reason why I said that is because it is very obvious, especially in this episode, that Jabri is struggling with identity, is struggling with how he sees himself and how the world sees him. From saying that his mother is a strong biracial woman. Not that that is not the truth, right? But you don't normally put that term, you don't normally put biracial woman to that term, right? So we all watching that were expecting him to say, my mom is a strong Black woman. He said, my mom is a strong biracial woman. That is the truth, right? There's nothing wrong with that, but you can see how he goes in and out from biracial, mixed to Black. So he's all over the spectrum concerning his identity. Then finding out that he is the only biracial, mixed Black person in his area, right? Where he grew up, where he went to school, he struggled where to fit in. I will say this, when he said that he was from South Dakota, I was like, isn't there a large Native population? You weren't the only like colored person. Let me mind my business. I'm from Philly. But you can tell that he was just like all over the place with how he identifies. And then his Black father wasn't in his life. It's giving The Bachelor, the first Black Bachelor. His Black dad wasn't it. Who the hell is that? Ciao. Hello. Hey. How are you? I'm good. Who's that? Small package for you. Oh, okay. You can leave it at the door. Okay, bye. Thank you. That's my manager. He's so newsy. Like, that's the apartment manager here. He's so newsy. But you know, you want to have newsy people that work here. But it's like, we're coming in. Oh, you girls are coming in from a night out. Oh, you girls are going out for a walk in the neighborhood. Sir, go to work. Anyway. Where was I talking about? I was just talking about how Jabri's identity is all over the place. And so, or at least how he sees himself. that it's all over the place. So I'm not shocked that he would be with somebody like Miona because she's obviously struggling with how she identifies, right? So she knew to be she knew to put out there that she was Serbian and Mexican, right? To explain why she's wearing the Kerkalan ponytail hair, right? Why she's wearing kinky or yaki hair texture, right? Why she is contouring her face to look a certain way. So these two people whose identity is all over the place, right? Who may be one thing, but see themselves as something else. I'm not surprised that they found each other because it seems like they're all over the place with how they identify. So I'm not shocked by that at all. I don't expect a guy like Jabri to check Miona when he really doesn't know where he stands within his identity at 28. At 28, he just does not know. Because I will say this, right? Again, it is how you see yourself. But if your mama is biracial, right? And your daddy black, are you then? I don't know. Are you then biracial? Because I just feel like you you more one than the other. I don't know. I don't. I'm not biracial. I'm not a biracial girl in a biracial world. He's biracial. So Jabri is biracial. So I don't know where that would fit. But I don't. I have to be honest. When I look at Jabri, I don't see biracial. I saw a brother, right? I saw a black. I didn't expect for his, and to be honest, when I saw his mama, I don't know. I'm just trying to be honest. When I saw his mama, I mean, I was like, oh, light skinned black woman. Oh, biracial. Okay, I can get it. But I'm like, your mama has, let me, you know what? No, we're family here. I can be honest. Like, does his mother describe herself as biracial? Right? Does the mother, did the mother watch this episode and go, Jabri, biracial? What are you talking? I'm black. Like, I don't know. But when I saw his mom, I was like, hey, okay. All right. Racial is a social construct, right? It's really what people see. That's not, who you are in America does not matter because you're going to get whatever life what you look like gives you, especially on this land. So I don't know how, I don't know. I don't know how his mama identifies. I'm just saying from what I saw a light-skinned black woman raising a black son. But everybody's mixed in this combination. And I don't know if Jabri is saying this about his identity to give space to the white man who raised him. That could be, that could be a factor as well. Him, recognizing that there is white within him to not make the white man that raised him feel bad. That could be a thing, right? So again, I'm not shocked that these two people whose identity is on the spectrum have found each other. Not weird at all. I will say if these two get another season, Miona is not going to come back looking like that. Miona is not going to come back looking like that because Miona is getting it. Miona is in America, right? Miona is on an American TV show. Go to her comments. She's getting it. She's getting it. So I don't think she's going to look like that. I think Miona is going to look Serbian and Mexican next season. Okay. Miona will not be giving Maisha next season. I am concerned about this couple because I think the thing that's going to make them, Jabri and Miona, the stars of the show is the exact same thing that is going to cause conflict in their relationship. Miona is adamant about not wanting to live with his parents, right, in South Dakota. She's adamant about that. And she's just like, if I want to live basically poor, then I'll live that way here. I live better in Serbia than I will be living in South Dakota. So why am I moving there? Jabri does not make good financial choices. Miona does not make good financial choices And these two are planning to be married, right? Jabri lived in, LA, traveled a lot with his band. And now he did not explain, right? He said, I lived in LA and now I'm here with my parents. So it was obviously probably some financial stuff. He is also somebody who is tracing his dreams. Absolutely no problem with that. But if you are trying to be a husband and a father and have a family to take care of, then you're going to have to make certain sacrifices. And I don't think he wants to do that. And I think that he is marrying somebody who expects a certain kind of financial lifestyle that I don't think that he could provide. I think he was probably able to do that or show her that kind of lifestyle in Serbia. I think it's going to be a very different situation in America. And I think the mother already knows that. That's where the conflict is going to come in, because Jabri's mother can see the forest for the trees, right? She sees the reality. She knows exactly what the situation is. And his mama is trying to look out for her son, but also prepare him for what he's walking into. She already knows how everything is going to go down because that is just a gift that mothers have. They are prophets. So she can see the whole situation. But Jabri is just really so caught up in Miona. He's caught up in her beauty. He's caught up in her sex. He's caught up in having this eye candy next to her, and this particular looking woman for this guy who thinks he's this rock star, right? So he's caught up in that with Miona, and I don't think he can really hear his mother. I think at some point he better hear his mother, because his mother, to me, doesn't seem like she's going to play around with him or Miona for a long time. I think we're going to get a couple episodes, and then the mom's going to be like, let's talk about reality. You two got to get a job. Somebody got to bring in some money, and this woman is not going to be walking around in my house in this negligee with my husband. So we're going to find something for her to put on and find a job for you, Jabri. So that's what I think is going to make these two the stars. The conflict, the family conflict, the relationship conflict, because we see in the trailer where Jabri is telling him that he cannot talk to Jabri is telling Miona that she can't talk to his mom like that. And Miona is just like, no, I'll talk to her however I want. And I'm just like, this biracial, light-skinned Black woman with these twisted dreads, I don't think she's going to let Miona cuss her out one or too many times. So that's what's going to make them the stars. Their storyline is crazy. We're going to see a lot of cussing out, right? We're going to see a lot of drama. And unfortunately for them, that is what's going to make them good TV. Also, their financial issues. Because like Jabri mentioned earlier in the episode, they're both not good at saving any kind of money. Miona can acquire money. Jabri, he didn't say he could acquire. He just said that he's just not good with money, but he wants to be a husband and a father. Yikes. Yikes. And they eventually want to move back to LA. Wrong move, because this is the thing. The both of them want to be famous, right? The both of them want to live this rich LA lifestyle, and they're not good with money, and they don't have a lot of money. If we're going to talk real, Jabri and Miona will be escorting within the first week of living in LA. That's just the reality of people who run out there wanting to be famous and not having any kind of work ethic or any kind of realization that you're going to have to, work some jobs that you really don't want to work until you can actually break in. But if you already go out to LA, keeping up with the Joneses with no money, you're going to be escorting, right? She's going to be selling coochie. He's going to be selling bussy. That is just the reality of this relationship. And I think Jabri's mother sees that. Yikes. Yikes. I will say this. Although I like Jabri's mama, I will say she was out of line by making comments about what Miona was wearing. That's not your concern. It will be your concern if she's in your house around your husband wearing lingerie. That's where you can make a comment about that. But until then, if she's doing whatever she's doing on her own personal Instagram, that is not your problem or concern. And Jabri needs to nip that in the bud, because it seems like that is something that's going to come up and the mother is going to be absolutely out of line. That's all I wanted to talk about. I've talked long enough. What do you guys think of the couples? I just gotta. You can, right? Like for me, I was a musical theater teacher. I didn't wait tables. I'm not the one. I'm from Philly. You can't disrespect me over a drink or a meal. I'm fighting you. So I knew that, waiting tables was not for me. Although it was a very lucrative, business for a lot of people, especially if they worked at a one of those, Michelin stars restaurants. That is good money, right? But if you're somebody, like I was very specific in saying, if you are somebody like Miona and Jabri, who are already keeping up with the Joneses and moving out to a place like LA to keep up with those things, you're either going to be escorting or scamming because LA is absolutely expensive, right? Them in New York and London, neck and neck. It's just ridiculous. It's overpriced. It's overpriced. It's not realistic. It's not a real place. It's Disneyland, right? You go to Disneyland for fun and then you leave. If you want to live here, you're going to need to have Disneyland money. And if you don't have that and you want people to think that you have it, you're going to make very dumb decisions. And for some reason, I see that happening to Jabri and Miona. I just don't think that they have the sense, the wherewithal, the wisdom, the maturity to live a clean life out here. I'm not saying that they'll get on drugs, but I'm telling you, it happens all the time. People come out here wanting to live a certain way, wanting to let people know that they're living a certain way, and that adds up quickly in LA. Adds up quickly. And if you want to keep that up, and if you don't have any money, you're going to have to do something that's quick, fast, and can keep your lifestyle going. If you're not selling dope, right? If you're not selling butt, you're scamming. That's the only thing. And you got to be a great waiter because those 5-star restaurants don't play. So you got to have like 10 years of waiting experience and you got to be white. So Jabri and Miona ain't that. I don't think that Miona is going to stop blackfishing to wait tables. So I don't know. Oh, I got a super chat. Oh, I left my clicker. Anyway, damn it, I thought I brought it. Rashana, thank you so much for the super chat. Ching ching. Rashana said, with Bilal, you missed the van in the fake house. I thought I talked about that. I thought I talked about that eventually. I think I did. Maybe you wrote that before I got to there. Thank you so much for the super chat, Rashana. Thank you so much. Hey, the Love 7 said the older woman, younger man couple reminds me of 90 Day, the other way couples where they have a young man, then say, but he's young. I don't know. Yeah. Sex tourism. I will say very attractive people. There is very attractive people on this season. I will say that. Hey, Abigail. Abigail said, is she bringing this man and her son into that kind of community? There are questions. Who has a son? Oh, you're talking about Emily. Exactly. Because I'm just like, you don't skim over having 2 exes that were incarcerated. That ain't normal. That, especially for an Emily. That's not normal. So what happened? Like you can't throw that information out there and then just keep on walking. Let us know. Spill the tea. Hey, Amanda Beer said, I feel for the foreigners who move to states where there's no diversity or anyone else that's from their country. Moving is hard, but then being put somewhere completely foreign must be scary. Absolutely. Absolutely. And then being with an American who acts like they're God over you because they know that you have nothing in this land that you came to for them. Josie said she got with not 1, but 2 convicted men. This is not just a coincidence. She likes wayward men. This isn't a Black issue. Well, see, that's the thing. We don't know. We don't know if she likes wayward men or if it is a Black issue because she just mentioned it and kept on walking. Hopefully we dive more into it this season because that would be interesting. Wouldn't it? Wouldn't it? That's a good point, Miss Gigi. Miss Gigi said, I won't assume that all of Emily's exes were black. I just think she just dates the wrong men. God, I hope Kobe ain't one of them. I hope he's the good one. I hope he's a good one for him, for her. I really, really do. Because the dad is already skeptical. The dad, who she looks exactly alike, down to the teeth. They have the same face. The only thing her mother did was give her maybe the jaw, the cheekbones. That's pretty much it. Abigail said that Emily should also make sure that Kobe has that kind of interactions and relationships with her parents too. I hope so. I really, really do. I won't assume, how her parents feel about black people, but I do think that if you are bringing somebody who is not only from a different land, right, of different nation, but of a different culture into your space, you should make sure they're protected, right? And you should make sure that they're coming into a space where they will feel comfortable because you're inviting them into that space. So you have to be protective over them. So I'm hoping that it's not uncomfortable for Kobe. And again, we don't know what kind of relationship these two have outside of sex. Ah, oh, Emily. Oh my God, Fabiola, me too. I just remembered it when you mentioned it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh God. Oh God. You know what, Yolande? I didn't want to say it, but me too. I did. I had to put the subtitles on. I was like, what did she call her baby? Oh, okay. I thought it was COVID too. They are. They are. But he is young and hot. Not saying that she's not hot, right? But I'm like, girl, that man is fine globally. JT, let's get into the lips. He has great, let's be honest, Guillermo is fine. He has like everything fits, right? His nose, his lips, those eyes, those eyebrows, the great hair, the nice jawline. He is fine. The lips, absolute perfection. Were you all a little weirded out when Kara said that his grandma said that he has sexy lips? It's giving Oedipus, but I was like, okay. Okay, grandma. Thanks. Um, that's the thing. The Americans never take into consideration that that is going to be your life for a minute, and you have to be okay with it. I will say what I liked about Emily was that her and her parents had that conversation about Kobe. The dad was like, okay, so how long am I going to be responsible for all of you? How long? Listen, it was blunt, but it was an honest conversation. And it's a conversation that should be had, that all the Americans should be having, but they just don't have that conversation. And their immigrant partner gets here and they just expect the world. And that is where the conflict comes in. You know what? Thinking about Emily and Kobe again, is Kobe going to come here? Do you guys think that Kobe is going to come here and try to be like the man of the house? Just because he's a man? I think he's going to be making demands because, different culture, different standards for men, right? Women are different a bit culturally. So I'm thinking he's going to be expecting that same thing, but being in a house where somebody else is taking care of him and his family and expecting him to do that. I don't know. I just thought about that. I'm like, you can't be coming over here with your chest puffed up, and this father who's already cautious about you is making sure that you have a roof over your head, you and your family have a roof over your head, and that you guys are eating and that the lights are on. I didn't see it in the trailer, so it might not happen. You know what, JT? I think so too. I think so too. I think they're going to be boring, and that's a good thing. Kara and Guillermo are going to be boring, and that's a good thing. Hey, Mock Reviews. Mock Reviews said, I think Kara is just going with the flow. She sees him as hot and he proposed and she said yes. It doesn't seem like she's put much thought into it yet. Very good point. I absolutely agree. I do not think that she has put much thought into this relationship. I think she will finally figure it out when he gets here. When he gets here. Fabiola said, people get murdered in places like Venezuela for protesting their dictatorship, like government, Nikki. I think he'll be okay. Well, this is the thing. I'm not saying that he won't be okay in America. I don't know if him protesting the government is going to be a problem for him getting here. You know what I mean? I don't know if that's something that America is going to flag and be like, well, he was a problem over there. Is he going to be a problem here? Because remember in the episode, Guillermo was just like, they're asking a lot and they have a lot of expectations of me. I didn't think it would be that intrusive. So that's what I was saying. Hey, Diana. Diana said Guillermo can travel with an expired passport because Venezuelans have exceptions due to the difficult political situation, like refugees. So he'll be okay getting in America. Is that what you're saying, Diana? Yeah, but isn't that what all, isn't that the immigrant dream, right? But when? When is that going to happen? And then that's going to be another conflict because if he gets here and intends on sending money back to Venezuela and he can't work or make any kind of money, whose money then is going back to Venezuela? Kara, who don't think things through. Conflict. Fabiola also said Venezuela hasn't been doing okay for a while, so it's really hard to renew passports and things like that. So I'm guessing he has some type of refugee situation going on. Okay, that's good to know. Thank you so much, Fabiola. Hey, Miss Gigi. Miss Gigi said, speaking of language barriers, I saw a video on Melanated Way of Memphis. Oh yes. Thank you for bringing it up. Nip is saying the reason she left the tell-all was because of an issue with a cameraman. Apparently, he was recording her breastfeeding. If you do not know the video that we are talking about, please go to 90 Day Fiance, The Melanated Way. I think it's her first video. You know what? She probably posted something else. Let me just check. Let me just check. Ooh, child. Real Housewives of Potomac team. The Real Housewives of Potomac star Ashley Darby filed for legal separation from husband Michael Darby. Oh, next season is going to be good. Good. Let me go to 90 Day Fiance, The Melanated Way. Hey, Linda. It's her. It's the third video. It's the third video. It's the video right after Darcy. Or right before Darcy. So it's up there. Basically, in this video, I don't know who recorded it. It did seem like it was Memphis, but somebody in her team recorded it. But she was getting the production together so this is why Memphis left. She left because she no longer felt comfortable. She was in a room breastfeeding her daughter, and a cameraman was filming her, and she didn't know. When she finally saw him, she freaked out because she was just like, I have my breast out. I'm feeding my child. I'm uncomfortable. Like she wasn't uncomfortable breastfeeding, but she asked for a room to breastfeed her child. And she was in that room under the assumptions that it was a private room because she kept on saying this. She was like, I asked for a private room. So she was under the assumption that she was not being filmed. When she saw the cameraman, she got production together. I am on her side with that. I am on her side with that because you could hear one of the producers say, oh, well, we did violate you. Yikes. I don't know if that producer is coming back, but they said, yeah, we did violate you. And I apologize for that. Girl. And then you hear another producer say, oh, we're not going to use the footage. And Memphis is like, of course you're not going to use the footage. You should not have footage of me breastfeeding my child anyway. My breast was out. What I'm thinking is they were probably watching her when she was, disrobing, taking out her breast, putting her breast in her child's mouth. Whatever it was, she did not feel comfortable. She did not want to be filmed during that. There's nothing wrong with a woman breastfeeding, and a lot of women breastfeed in public. This woman chose to do it in private and did not know that she was being filmed until she was in the process of doing it. And she felt extremely uncomfortable. So that's why when she left the tell-all, that's why she had that attitude, because she was leaving because she did not like how production did her. I will say, if she intends to sue, which I don't think she will, there is video of a producer admitting that the show violated her. Yikes. Safe to say she probably won't be back next season, her or Hamza. Ciao. But yes, thank you for bringing that up, Miss Gigi. You know what? None of your business. I don't want to speak that over that couple, right? I will say this. Kara seems like she might be a problem. That's just from that first episode. I could be wrong, but Kara doesn't seem like she's somebody who stays in anything for too long. If you're picking up what I'm putting down, you think so, Anissa? I think it'll be I think it will be between Bilal and the Egyptian dude, because he's giving male chauvinist. Bilal and Muhammad. I think the Muslim men on the show. Wait, I don't know if Muhammad is Muslim. It's the name, which is not a Muslim name, but I was just, if you hear Muhammad as an American, I assume that. But I'm learning he could be Christian as well, or whatever. But I think that it's going to be neck and neck between Bilal and Muhammad. Me too. Me too, Tony. I really liked him until that. I was like, why? Why are you doing that to her? Agreed. The domestic gordita said, unless he has a diagnosis, it is not cute or okay to call himself OCD because he's tidy. Good to know. And I agree. Thank you. Well, see, that's the thing. You can be good to certain people and awful to others, right? That's why, when all that stuff was coming out about certain celebrities and people were just like, oh, well, he's always been great to me. That's true, right? He was great to you, but he was awful to this person. He was kind to you, but he assaulted this woman. So that's, two things could be true. He could be a great dad and be an awful husband to Shida or boyfriend to Shida. Well, this is the thing, Fabiola, with Bilal. He comes from a family that treats him like he's Jesus. I'm just assuming that from his sister. He's treated like he doesn't have any faults. They make everybody else the problem. Jasmine91 says, I have high hopes for the both of them, but the spiritual marriage raises eyebrows. I know he said that in the eyes of God, they got married under their religion, but what it's giving me is they did that so that she could be able to come stay with him and they could have sex. That's what that was giving to me. I felt like it was a little cheat code to get to the coochie. And also to allow her family to be comfortable with her coming there. I hope I finally got to it and you guys were and we were all on the same page. Oh, thank you, TT. Bilal's kids are 16 and 13. Trisha said the games already. If you have mutual friends on social media and such, she already know, boy. She already know. Kamisha said, does he think they don't have internet in Trinidad? She can find out whatever she needs to know about him. True. But again, he lives in this delusional world where everybody else is the problem but him, because the women in his life treat him as if he's not the issue, and he is. Mock Review said that may be religious. Maybe in Islam, they are expected to get married before 30. Anyone Muslim in the chat know? Are there age expectations for marriage in Islam? You guys know that half of my family is Christian and the other half is Islamic faith, right? I will say, as Americans, as Philadelphia Americans, that's never been an issue within my family. I have Muslim cousins who are in their 30s, 40s who are not married. I have Muslim cousins in their 20s who are not married. It could be an American thing. It could be a Philadelphia thing where they go just, they do things differently. It could be that, but maybe in Trinidad it's different. Maybe, maybe Bilal and Shida are more strict. But that's just, I got a lot of unmarried Muslim cousins. Yeah. The only Muslim cousins that I know that are married are the ones that married their men when they were in prison. And that's just so they couldn't testify against them. I've said too much. Josie said a lot of straight women don't know better until they find themselves unhappily married, which is very true. Very, very true. Some of us, fortunately, see and learn from other people's situations, because you guys know, like, I would have definitely been married in my 20s twice. Twice. But, I saw people do it before me and I was just like, yeah, this ain't it. This ain't it. Hey, Vax Dada, what's up? What's up? Oh, okay. Some people said that is I'm talking about culture. Yes. Any Trinidadian people, can you let your girl know? Can you let your girl know? Missy said Sunni came in on washing balls. Nothing like a NikkiStar live. Hey, Star fam. Hope you all are well. Hey, Missy. TT said, I hate that Bilal was testing Sheeta because he got money, but yet still Sheeta started her own yoga company, right? And don't look like she's struggling in Trinidad, right? Like, he could absolutely be going after her because she is somebody who can make money. C. Golden said, listen, my husband is the youngest and he has a twin sister. Sheeta's going to have to set clear boundaries. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Oh, Amanda said it's now a responsibility for life, not 10 years to take care of your immigrant partner. Well. Hey, Makeup Addict said, child, that man was acting like he got a Diddy bank account or something. My Trinity A would have stayed in my luxurious Trinidad. Yep. What's up, Shonda? Hey, Alexis. Alexis said the way Bilal was acting, he was giving scamming wealth, not real wealth. Mostly wealthy men don't put that type of BS. Don't pull that type of BS. They plan financially before approaching any woman. Absolutely, but then we've come to find out on these 90 Day Fiance shows that a lot of these men are predators who are not a good catch, right? So they can't get an American woman because American women are already, we know their game. We've seen them out in the streets or whatever. We're not for it, right? We said no, right? So then what they do is they go find a woman who they think that they'll be giving a better life and lure her with the idea of America, the streets that are paved with gold, right? And have her believe that they can give her a better life, only for the woman to get here and realize why no American woman wanted this man in the first place. Rashada said, I found Leona's before picture. She is white. Please send it. Please send it over. They were, Lexi. It's going to be a good season. Oh, really, Sarah? Sarah said these two have been married since 2020. Scammers that came on the show already married. I'm not shocked by that. I told you, the way Miona and Jabri live or desire to live, if they're not escorting or selling drugs, they are going to be scammers. So I'm not surprised. They're probably scamming on the show to get followers and fame, and probably to put Jabri's space Serbian band on the map. She is. She's going to be the wisdom. She's going to be the wisdom of the season, but she's scamming as well. If her son is already married to this woman, she's playing right along. But mothers do what they have to do to get their sons out of their homes. Love Like You Are said, we don't need musicians or rappers. We need plumbers and electricians. Absolutely. Absolutely. He is. And he's going to use this show as a way to take his music to the next level. I'm living in a rat race. Listen, he may get a Grammy. Who knows? Who knows? He is. You know what, Missy? I don't know if I'm here for Jabri's band. I'm here for Jabri's bandmate. I need to see more of him. But his little Serbian friend is cute. Little Serbian friend is cute. Oh, yes. Miona is a drawstring, an ethnic drawstring ponytail offender. Listen, Missy, it can happen. It can happen. It can happen. Yes, that's what she hashtagged, Fabiola. That's what she hashtagged in the picture. Yeah, Smitty said, and then him saying, "I'm too black and I'm not too white." Yeah, he has identity issues, so I'm not surprised. Yeah, that he is with Fiona. Exactly. Thank you for bringing that up, Missy. Missy said Jabri uses black when he talks about struggle. Yes, 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 yes. So yeah, are we expecting him to call out Miona? No, 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 no. Oh, wasn't he loud? I have a doorbell. Wasn't he loud? Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Even though I know the correct term, I will always say newsy. It's just the culture. It's just the culture. You know what? He probably did. He probably did. Oh, thank you, Rashada. Rashada sent me Miona's before picture. I want to answer a few more and then I got to get out of here because the ultimatum is starting. This is Rashada. Rashada. Oh, here it is. I'm like, Rashada, what is your name? Wow. Wow. Now Miona. Wait, I'm trying to enlarge it. Hold on. Let me enlarge it. Screenshot it. Wow, Miona. She got a lot of work done. She got a lot of work done. Oh, she don't look like herself. Miona, there was nothing wrong with your nose. Actually, Miona, to be quite honest with you, if you wanted to blackfish, you should have kept that nose. That nose would have threw us off. You should have kept the nose, girl. Oh my gosh. You know what, Fabiola? Me too. Me too. Fabiola said at first I thought that she was like of Roman ancestry or something like that, but I've seen her older pics where she looks white. Yeah, I thought so too. I think I actually said that. And y'all were like, Nikki, no way. Oh God. Listen, some people said if he was a quarter black, we wouldn't let him say he was black. How is he biracial? Listen, I'm not getting into how Jabri identifies. Oh, this is a good comment. Missy said Jabri was selling Miona the LA party lifestyle when he was in Serbia, and that attracted Miona. And then the pandemic happened, and Miona is confused. I heard him say that Sly Cat. I think he's lying. Sly Cat says that he said that the pandemic cut his band shows, so they moved back with his parents. I gotta be honest with you. I don't think that Jabri was making all that money from his band. I gotta be honest with you. I don't think that he was killing it in LA with that band. I have to be honest with you. I think before the pandemic, it was rough. It was rough. Um, Let me get a few more comments. Laura Becca said, Kara acting like she's decades older than Guillermo. It's not that different. Yeah, if they were in the same place mentally, right? But she, like what she said, I did that when I was younger. So she let us know that is a past life. But I'm like, he's at your past life. So are you gonna wait for him to get to where you're at? I mean, he's fine. He's fine. So I don't know. I don't think you're gonna get that fine in America. We got to tell the truth and shame the devil. So she may wait. She may wait. Hey Maya. Okay. Maya said somebody on Twitter posted an article of a Serbian TV interview with Jabri. He was saying that he felt safer in certain. What? Y'all gonna expose the hell out of them, ciao. But I will say this: there are a lot of black and racially people who are racially mixed with black and other things who jump in and out of blackness for financial sake, right? So I don't know that that's how he identifies, but that may be how he identified for that moment to have to make that statement. So who knows? Who knows? That's what he was giving in the trailer. That's what he was giving in the trailer. Let me get my super chat. I'm gonna get two more comments in and I'm gonna get out of here. I got a super chat. I got a super chat from, hey Joseph. Thank you so much for the super chat. Let me shut up for my manager come and see me again. Yes. Thank you so much for clearing that up for me. Missy said, Nikki, you meant that Harriet Tubman's family members married so they couldn't testify against their mate. Yeah, not my family. Harriet Tubman's family. I don't know why I said that. I just get so confused sometimes. Thank you so much, Missy. I'm sending him. Dion said, why all the games around providing for your wife? Absolutely. Talking about Bilal. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's just shows what kind of man he is. What's so funny? It's always men who don't have no money who do that stuff. It's just like you got Applebee's money and you're doing these tricks to make sure you're not with a gold digger. You're not. Any woman that's with you, it ain't for the money. It ain't for the money. We see money. We see money, and a lot of it is not flashy, right? We see who got real money. It ain't you, Bilal. It ain't you. Ciao. Rashada said, finally, Ashley waited on that prenup clause and added another child support check in the meantime. Smart move. Smart. Finally. Finally. Onyx said, when Emily's dad said, don't get pregnant, and then the awkward silence, is that foreshadowing that she's getting pregnant again? I don't know. She does kind of look pregnant in their picture. So I don't know if we're going to see a baby at the reunion. I will say this, though. For what I've seen in the trailer, I could be wrong about Kobe, but he gives me, he don't do condoms. He gives me that. He gives me that he was the one that probably suggested no condoms, right? He gives me the guilt trip and Emily saying it feels better and all of that stuff. And Emily gives me the kind of girl who would, go along with that, especially if she's dealing with how she looks, right? Especially if she's dealing with how she looks, because when he sees her, it's the first thing that he mentions about her. If that is something that she feels self-conscious about, even if her, parents told her to be safe, I feel like she will bend to his will because of probably insecurities and realizing, I got a fine man, in a town where a lot of men don't look like him or probably don't look that good, and feeling some sort of way and also wanting to be able to please him. Emily gives me that. She gives me that. She gives me that. Let me get one more comment and then let me get out of here. Oh, I want to get another comment after Tracy, but we have to keep this. Tracy said Starfish. What the hell? What is that? Oh, that's probably just grease. Ciao. Tracy said, Star Family, please like the video. It helps the channel grow. We're looking to get to 1.25 million by the end of the year. It's early. We can do it. We absolutely can do it. Absolutely. Oh, yeah. I got to get my package. Thank you so much, Onyx. Thank you all. I got to hop out of here. The ultimatum is starting in about 6 minutes. So let me go, get my package, come back here, and serve you all up some, probably, hopefully laughs for the ultimatum. I love you guys. Thank you all for joining me. I'm going to be on East Coast time for about a month or so, West Coast time for about a month or so. So for my East Coast people, my lives will be a bit later. I'll try to do them as early as I can, but you know how the West Coast is for me. I'm in LA, so I'm working. You guys know how that is. Yeah, LA is just crazy for me. I have more time in Atlanta than I do here. So just know that the lives will probably be a lot later for some of my East Coast people. But thank you all for joining me. I love you guys. I'll see you soon in like 6 minutes. Bye. Ciao. What is the package? Did I order